Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Dele, and today is New Video Wednesday.
And I am Rebekah, and today we're going to be talking about some questions that we as an interracial couple get asked.
What? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about basically questions every interracial couple gets asked. Now,
yeah.
What you got?
So I have comprised a list of the various questions that we, as well as other interracial couples, have been asked before.
This is going to be fun. All right.
I have a list of 11 questions. Some of them have kind of sub-questions.
Okay, here
Want
we go.
to jump right in?
Yeah, it's just the first question.
Yeah, and I guess we can kind of both answer and then conglomerate.
Yeah,
we'll play things how they go. Okay, question number 1. How does your family feel about your spouse's race, my race?
How does my family feel about it?
Yeah.
I think when you met my family, she's very welcoming. My family, well, they're Africans, we are black, but there's nothing, my mom sees everyone as, just not just the color, but basically we are a person, a personality. So she accepted Rebekah like she was on her own. The funny thing about my mom is actually, my parents, they treated her like it's just gonna weird. They treated her like she was African. So she was like, no, welcome. This is how we do stuff in Africa. It wasn't about the color. No one really cares about that kind of stuff anymore. Mm-hmm. We're in the 21st century where people don't. Some people still care about races. But no, she treated her just like she was her own daughter. Because that's the first thing she said. Now I'm gonna have a daughter. So
yeah.
She treated you just like me.
Yeah.
Especially more because she treated her more special than she treated me, because she's like, Dele, just go away. And
she did. She was like, yes,
here.
Come in and we will have girls' time, and I'll teach you how to make some little African things, and just it wasn't even a thing. It was just, you are my daughter and I will treat you as my daughter. I would say that my family is the same way.
Pretty much, yeah.
If anybody knows my family, my older sister has 3 mixed kids, and my brother has 3 mixed kids. They are
and now we just joined it.
And they're not. It's not just black and white. It's Cuban and white, and it's a whole mix in there. But my mom always said. So my parents are Christians, and one of the things that my mom always said was, on top of the fact that mixed kids are always so stinking cute, my mom always thought it was a good testimony of God's love of having interracial families. So it's not so much that she was like, everybody date interracially or nobody date interracially. It was just kind of we don't, of course we see color, but we don't I wouldn't look at anybody and be like, I am better than because of XYZ. That really goes against our faith.
Yeah,
literally.
Because if you think about it, bringing 2 different races together, it lets you understand each other's culture. So it's just it's a learning curve for us.
And it is. It was
It was
with my family, it's more it was a testimony that we could show love regardless of race, color, ethnicity, anything like that.
Yeah. So, second question: are you concerned about the stereotypes? Name some stereotypes.
Oh, I'm gonna let you start this one off.
Stereotypes. Everyone's. I don't really think I'm concerned about it. Now, you start this one. I started the first one.
Okay, let's see. Am I concerned about stereotypes? No. I guess I'm honestly not the best at thinking of good stereotypes. I think when you kind of come across them, you're like, oh yeah, that is a stereotype. But I think you kind of play outside of the box to any stereotype that I've ever heard or
So what stereotypes do you normally get of being an interracial couple?
Oh man. Oh gosh, I don't know what to think. Because it's different for Dele, because he's not. You are African American, but you're also actually African as well.
I'm African.
So
from the motherland.
So I guess there's you kind of don't have a stereotype because you're an international man. So
keep talking.
So it's I can have been oh, I see African American stereotypes, or I don't even know any African stereotypes.
The stereotypes for me is when they think of an African who came to the U.S. is oh, they're gonna go steal the white woman. They're gonna go trip her and mess up her and steal her money or whatever, or think about how they can do scams. Yeah, we do get black people from Africa. They say that they were only in the U.S. to scam white women. And a lot of white women have fallen in the past, and they have a lot of testimony about, stories where the black guy African came over, and sent him an email about how he needed money, and then they sent it to Western Union money transfer.
But I don't think that
that's not really a stereotype for me, because when people look at me, they're like, "Are you really African?" I'm like, "Yeah." Think of me as an African American, so I'm like.
And like when I hear stereotypes like that, like to me that wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's Africans. It would just be like people do that.
Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
A white person can scam another white person.
Yeah, I think that we see stereotypes, but like, I when I hear stereotypes, I don't like actually attribute them to like a race. It would be more like that person, like, oh, that's a stereotype because people have done certain things a lot, but it's not that I just attribute naturally to a race or an ethnicity or a religion. It's just you hear things.
Yeah.
But the same way, like, I know there are white girl stereotypes.
Yeah, there are white girl stereotypes. So, next question. Would it be easier to date your own race? The way I look at that is I really don't think about race before I date anyone. Like, I've dated white, black, mixed. Did I cover all the races? So I don't think it's easier. I think it's honestly the person. That you can have a white crazy. You can have a crazy white lady. You can have a crazy black lady. You can even have a crazy Asian lady. It doesn't matter. It honestly depends about the person.
Yeah.
So
I fully agree. I think it's person specific.
It's easier to date what you feel comfortable with. It's regardless of the race.
And dating and relationships and marriage and everything's hard regardless. So I don't think it's.
I mean, she's
easier.
Crazy.
I'm not crazy.
I mean, I accepted that. So I mean, so yeah.
Yeah.
Do you only date black/white people, or
do you only date white people? Do I only date black people?
No, like I said previously, earlier, I have dated white, black, and actually my first girlfriend, two first girlfriends, whatever. Back in.
He said I had two first girlfriends.
No. What I meant was like, when I was actually serious about dating, well, not counting elementary school, that doesn't count. But back when I was in boarding school, the two girls I dated, hung out with or courted, whatever, they were both black. So, I mean, there were all white people around too. It's not like I was like, I was specific. I need to choose a white girl first and then expect. No. It was just like whatever I felt connected to that time. And she was attractive and just like, dated two black girls.
So that plays into the sub question. Are you also attracted to black women?
Oh, heck yeah, I'm attracted to black women. Black is beautiful. Yes. Yeah, you probably heard that stereotype. Black is beautiful, by the way. Now, I'm attracted to all races. There's, I think, how do I look at that this way? When I'm attracted to something, I don't look at color. Some people might be like, nah, you got to look at the color before you're actually attracted to personality. Personality is what attracts me. If the person is actually a nice person, I'm like, oh, interesting. Personality, can I actually have a conversation with this person? Then I'm like, all right, cool. I don't look at it, oh, you're black. Stay away. I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you're white. Nah, you're Indian. I'm not going to talk to you. That's not how it works. I just care more about the personality. I don't judge a book by its cover. I get to know the person first. And then I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, wait, are you black or white? I didn't even know. I was like, wow, my bad. But yeah, that's how it is for me. What about you? Miss is Rockson.
Well, I don't date anybody anymore. But
oh my days. Oh, that's a good one right there.
I just date him. But okay. But no, I don't only date black people. Nor am I only attracted to black people. It, like you said, like it ended up being that Dele was the person that I wanted to be married to, and
preach.
And he is the color black.
Yeah, I'm black, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, it just, like this similar to what you said. I like people of every color, but it just happened that you were black, African, and African American, all the above.
Or whatever. Yeah, I am a man of an international black man. Everywhere.
Oh, this one's funny. This is just more so a question that interracial couples get asked.
Yeah. So I'll let you read that.
It's just like a question interracial couples get asked. Can you help me find a black or white boyfriend or girlfriend?
Yeah, it's weird. Like whenever, let's say I've had some of my friends in the past. It's like, okay, now you're dating or you're married to a white woman. Can you help me find a white woman like that? I'm like, what does that mean? Because I'm dating to a white woman? I mean, there's...
Or like, does he have a brother?
Does he have a brother?
Does she have a sister?
Oh my days. I mean, it's funny because I'm like, listen, was there a difference before when I was just single or whatever? It doesn't really matter to me, but it's questions we get like that. I mean, it's like, hey, you have a white sister or someone, like, can you hook up with my friend?
Yeah, right.
Like, Days.
Okay, question 6. What will your kids identify as? And are you worried about your kids fitting in?
What will our kids identify as? Well, honestly, if you look at the society today,
society and stereotypically, they'll probably
society
identify
today,
as black.
Yeah,
like,
if you think of mixed kids, they mostly identify as black. In most cases, I've heard, I've talked to some of my friends, it's like, oh, if you have a mixed kid, maybe 70% of the time, 70% of the time, it is that they have a white mother and a black father.
Okay.
And so they're like, yeah, he's black or she's black. Because they're mixed. And I'm like, nah, mixed means you took a white and a black person
like
to make that.
50-50.
So it's 50-50. But that's the society we live in. So I'm not really worried about them fitting in. I mean...
No. And like if they... I mean, I don't think that we would press it either way. If it was something that they were passionate about as they got older, that they wanted to identify a certain way. I mean, it's their identity.
They're mixed. Like they can't have it like I'm black or I'm white. No, you're both. You're mixed. That's the whole point of being a mixed race.
And I don't think that we will... like raise them pushing that you are black or you are
anything,
white.
I think they're gonna get a taste of both cultures. Like, I'm black, my culture, and her culture, she's being white. But the African side too, I'm gonna make sure that our kids, they're well engulfed in our her heredity, like her heritage. I'm just like messing up today, but I'm well engulfed in our heritage to where like dad was black and he's African. This is more about that. I gotta understand that part of dad and mom. Well, she's American. This is that. I want to make sure our kids are well nourished with what the parents came from. So
Dele Jr.
Dele. I can't. No, we don't talk about that. But no. And the funny thing is, like, whenever they want to date as well, if the kids want to date, they can date black, white, whatever. I'm not gonna be like, listen, your dad dated white, so you have to date white. No. Mm-hmm. And if they want to go back and date a black person, hey, I'm down for that too. So when they date a white person, should be down for that. It doesn't really matter to us. It's what they feel and who they're attracted to.
Agreed.
Cool. Next question. Was it weird when your parents met? No. I mean...
So, funny story. Well, our parents, because my parents live in Alabama currently, and then his parents were living in D.C. They're back in Nigeria now, but our parents met at our wedding. So
they met at the wedding rehearsal.
At the rehearsal. Technically, yes. At the rehearsal, they met.
The day before the wedding, they met. And it was like, how was it? My mom just came to me, oh, Rebekah's
yes, she
mom.
did. She was so sweet. His mom walked up to me, and she was just like, your parents are very cool. They're so sweet. Your mother is so sweet. I just think like she just all compliments. And it's funny, like, obviously our moms are different, but I think our moms are similar in a lot of ways.
They care about their babies. What can
yes.
I say? And it's funny because when my dad is a soft-spoken. He doesn't really talk too much. When he talks, it's like, very eloquent with his words. He was like this to Rebekah's dad. Hey, nice to meet you, Mr. Freeman, blah, blah, blah. They talked a little bit, chit-chat. But that's how it was. I mean, it wasn't like, you okay?
Yeah.
Nice. It was more like, hey, okay.
Yeah, it was very normal. They just met, and I mean, we again, it wasn't. I don't think anybody needed to impress each other. We were already getting married the next day, so it wasn't like.
I mean, both sides already approved of it.
Yeah,
so, it was like.
So it was just kind of okay, let's do this. We're getting married. Nice to meet you. Let's do this. Okay, let's.
Yeah, I remember during the wedding too. If you look back at the pictures, my mom took some pictures with her mother, and they exchanged phone numbers and everything. That's why my mom was just like, after the wedding, she's like, hey, text me, all right? Let me know what's going on.
She's very much stay in contact with everybody.
So I mean, it was a beautiful day. Yeah. I think they matched pretty well. Okay, next question. What's the worst racism you have ever faced? I remember one time. This was actually this is in Nigeria of all places. I was in a pool, and this was back maybe in 1995 or something. I was 5 years old or something like that. And then I was in the pool. There was a bunch of white people. As soon as I jumped in the pool, I couldn't swim back then. Not to be a stereotype, but now black people, I can actually swim. But I jumped in the pool, shallow end, and then a bunch of white people around me, they just dispersed. They just moved away. And I was just like, what's going on? But then I was like, as a little kid, I was like, maybe they don't like me. Then later on, my mom was like, it's okay, just come here. And I understood that maybe, yes, it's my color. I don't know, it was weird because it was weird to me because I was actually in an African country and I expressed racism where the population of black people was overpopulated, more than the white people, but then I still experienced racism. So, other than that, I mean, nowadays, people look at you different. Sometimes you're walking down the road, if you turn around, that doesn't really bother me. But that's That's the amount of racism I've experienced. Every now and then you drive and you hear some people call you random words, but that's fine.
Yeah, it's not fine.
Ignorance.
Yes, it's ignorance. And typically, like, that's how we chalk it up to. We're just like, it's ignorance.
What about you?
I think that, honestly...
You experience racism?
Well, I think that, honestly, the worst racism that I've ever faced is once we've started posting YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
We get, like, bad comments. And, like, we are absolutely, like, no negativity, especially when it comes to, like, talking down to one of us. We're gonna block you and delete the comment immediately. Like, you will never watch our Facebook videos, our YouTube videos again.
Yeah, it's
like if you were gonna talk down about, like, this is our YouTube with us too. If you're gonna talk bad about one of us, you're gonna get blocked.
Sometimes, I mean, we can just give you a little example of the comments we get. Like, you know, it's like sometimes the comments they're supporting the black side or they're supporting the white side, and when they do it, it's like they're attacking the white woman, my wife, and then they're like saying black is better. Why would you ever do this to belittle yourself and date a white woman? I'm like, do you realize we're a team? So you talking about that other person not supposed to make me feel better. And then, you know, you get like the one from the white people saying you're dating some kind of gorilla. How could you do that? White privilege. I'm like, what? Hey.
Yeah.
It's just pure ignorance.
It is definitely ignorance. Or like people won't actually even watch the videos.
Once they see the thumbnails.
They'll just send some comment and just like automatically assume that it's just something bad. And you're like, well, we've talked about that in some of our videos before. If they would watch them, you wouldn't have to be so ignorant. Sometimes I think they're just spam. Like, I think that somebody's literally like copied it and just like
haters
interracial,
don't hate.
Just like post
haters
this.
Don't hate.
We get a lot of weird ones that are like, oh, this must be like arranged for media because why would them two, like a black man and a white woman, ever want to be married? So it's just all a media publicity stunt, and we're like,
nah.
Been married. That's been a very good one.
Yeah, I've been married for going on 9 months now.
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Okay.
Is it weird dating someone from a different race? Nah, it goes back to the questions. No, not weird at all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't really see race. I mean, we're identified as black and white race or a mixed couple, interracial couple. So it's not weird. I mean, I still see her. I mean, I have black friends. I have white friends. I don't treat her different than I treat my black friends, you know? If anything, I mean, sure, like, you know, when I'm around African people, it's a little different. I don't treat them different. I just treat them more in an African way because we have this, you know, African connection. Mm-hmm. And then I try to walk them, hey, come join this. But, you know, if anything, I think it's pretty interesting dating someone from another race. I like to bring different cultures together to become one, you know?
Yeah, one of the things that, probably one of the reasons that both of us chose each other was, okay, so growing up, I always wanted to date somebody different than me, different than the normal. You're definitely different. But just like I didn't want like the same everything that I've always had growing up, and so that didn't have to be a specific race, it didn't have to be a specific personality. Mm-hmm. I just knew I wanted something different. I wanted somebody who would challenge me, who would bring something totally different to the relationship.
Keep talking. Yeah, that's me.
Because challenge is good. Challenge helps you grow, and like, so like I like different. Different is hard. Do we argue? Yes. Because
we argue? Oh yeah, we do.
But like at the end of the day, like it's, you know, it's worth it. It is. It's not weird dating somebody from a different race. No. It's all like, to us, it's all personality specific. Like,
yeah, because you can have a black person who has the same personality as a white person.
Literally
it's
the
not
exact
like
same personality. Because
you're black, you must be 100% different from a white person. No, God didn't make us that way. You know, everyone has. That's why it's like saying a white person who's born in December is different from someone who's a black person who's born in December. You might have certain qualities that are the same. People are people. Mm-hmm. The only thing that's different is our skin tone, but we still bleed red. I mean, it is what it is. So. Okay. Last question.
All right, the biggest cultural / race struggle. Maybe like in our relationship.
Not really, because I think, well, I've dated some dated different races before, and to where they weren't really open to my culture. So there's been a bit of a struggle back then. But with her, she was already open to adapting to my culture, and I was already open, vice versa, to adapting her culture. So there really isn't the biggest cultural struggle. I think when she does go to Nigeria, she's gonna enjoy it. She's gonna be like, "Wow, this is different, but amazing, a good different."
I think it'll be a culture shock for me, but I like different, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
And like scary things, like new can be scary, and scary
But if
can
she's
be
not
like,
doing it alone, she's
Yeah.
got me.
I got you, baby.
It'll be fine.
But
So yeah, I mean,
but yeah, and there's we definitely have not just race, we definitely have cultural differences.
Oh, yeah.
Because he is like African raised, like we have major cultural differences.
that's gonna be interesting when we got kids. How we
Yeah.
raise our kids, like
Yeah.
no discipline on that kind of stuff. But we'll cross that bridge when we get
Yeah.
there. But no, I mean, other than that, it's just little things that are a little different. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's a struggle. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
It's
and
just
more
an
of
adaptation.
understanding each other. But yeah,
Everything is just an adaptation. Like again, it's all worth it in the end because
it is what it.
I get you.
You got me? What I got you too. Well, guys, listen. I want to thank you guys for watching. Listen, this was something that we've been wanting to do for a while since we started, because people ask us, you gonna make a video about an interracial couple? Like later on, but why not? So we thought about, listen, if the year is coming to an end, why not just make a video about it?
Yep.
And
if you guys have any additional questions or any comments or any similarities or differences from our answers, let us know.
yeah, if any interracial couples out there and you guys can, agree what we say, feel free to leave some comments as well. We'll respond. I think we do respond mostly.
Yeah, we try to always respond.
Because she has an account too. Well, she has an app on her phone. I have an app on my phone too. So we love the interaction when you guys actually request videos that we do. We love to be part of that as well. So yeah, once again, as I said, I am basically the man. I am D-Rock because I rock. So you guys can follow me on Instagram at Dele Rocks, and
I am Becca Ann 813.
yeah, because you rock too.
I
All
do
right.
rock.
See you guys next week.
Bye.